Hey everyone, this is Neil with Wasted Paper here, bringing you another fountain pen review. I just got back from the Orlando Pen Show, and what an experience. I got to meet so many people. I actually had a few people bring up the Cape May pen that I did with Gold Spot and Novelar, and it was just a really good experience. I just shout out to everybody that I met there, everyone that brought stuff. A few people actually had me sign a few things. Some people had the Cheshire Cat from Magna Carta. It was just great. The overall experience was great. I actually helped at the pen table with Endless Pens, and I want to give a huge shout out to Issa. I will link her Instagram down below, but she was one of the volunteers, and don't get me wrong, every volunteer at Orlando was amazing, but she was top notch and just fantastic. Anyways, all that aside, we're going to do a review right now, and I'll do a wrap up from my other pen shows later. What we're looking at today is another Leonardo. I couldn't help myself. You have to understand.
It's like an addiction.
I love this brand, and they did something so different this time I had to check it out. We're looking at the Alumina, which is a special edition they did. It's all on this little sleeve right here. What I'm curious about with this too is normally you'll have a full-size sleeve. Not sure why they did this small of one. Regardless, you have this silver oversleeve right here. Then you have another traditional oversleeve on the outside, and on the inside is our pen. Every Leonardo pen comes with this manual right here. It's going to have somewhat of instructions. It's also going to give you a little bit of history on the brand, as well as just kind of talk about what goes into their pens. I'm actually surprised this pulls up so well on camera. I was a little worried because of how reflective this steel is that it wouldn't, but no, this looks fantastic. If you're used to Leonardo, or if you're not, they always come with a little charm right here that has their logos. I actually have one of these attached to my phone. Do with them what you will. I like that they include it. They don't have to. As far as the pen, so here it is. This is a Momento Zero that is made out of aluminum. You should be able to tell, obviously, from the name Alumina, this has some substantial weight to it. It also comes in a gold trim. I went with silver. I was a little unsure on that, to be honest with you. I think the gold actually stands out better. I just didn't know if it would clash though, so I kept the silver trim on the silver pen. Going straight into the details for those people not familiar with Leonardo, you have pointed finials on both ends. They feel fantastic on here, not sharp at all. Down from that, you have their iconic roller wheel clip. It's a little bit smaller than other ones, but it looks great. It's just the right proportion. It's not too hard to get underneath, and once you do, it's definitely flexible. Something a little different on the Alumina is on the back here. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. It says Leonardo Alumina. I got number 414 out of 525. Strangely enough, they've never done a metal pen, but when they do, they number it, so they won't restock it. I thought that was very unique. I don't necessarily have any complaints about it. I'm glad I got mine. But if this is something that interests you, you definitely want to get one sooner than later, because when they sell out, they will not restock them. Continuing down, you have 3 trim rings right here. You should be used to seeing that. That's one of their most iconic features on a Leonardo pen. They do this band all the time. You have another ring right here on the body. That just shows you where the cap meets the pen. The final detail is this trim ring right here. If you spin this, it's a blind cap for your converter. Back to the big standout feature, it's this metal. You have brushed aluminum on here. The pro to that is it's super reflective. You get a really nice aesthetic, and obviously the weight is there. Like if you wanted a heavier pen, you now have it. The downside to this, and mine doesn't show any of it yet, but it is prone to scratching. Because of this brushed finish, it's really easy to get scratches. Some people could find that bad, others are gonna like it. I personally like leather, so having something that will patina over time and kind of show its use and wear, I really don't have any complaints there. The pen uncaps in just barely over one full rotation. And another difference right here is they actually have white threads on the inside of here. Don't quote me on this, but I actually think this is a Delrin liner. The only reason I know about that material or have seen this before is because Gravitas does it. And I have to think that's what that is. The reason you would do that on a pen like this is because of the metal threads. Metal on metal is just, it's usually not great. Honestly, it would be pretty bad. Here it works fine. Because they did this. So I believe that is Delrin, and it actually looks like it fills, I don't know, it's hard to tell. It looks like it fills nearly 90% of the cap, and it kind of stops right around where that clip goes in right there. As for the grip, if you're not familiar with it, you have a pretty substantial taper right here to a completely straight grip at the end, but this whole section is so long, you really could hold it up close, farther back, even farther back. On these metal threads right here, these are like smoothed out. There's some friction stopping me, but overall they're super smooth. You're really gonna have no issues with your hand here. It actually feels like it's giving you more grip if you're someone that holds farther back. And then lastly, the metal ring right here is rounded on the edge, so you don't feel anything there as well. Personally, my favorite grip they do is on the Momento Zero Grande 2.0, but this is still a great grip, and honestly, they're known for it at this point. They keep using it, and it's on their most popular model. Expect to see this grip a lot if you're going to use Leonardo's. When it comes to the nib, you have the La Fenice nib. This is their most iconic design. It's on all of their pens since I think last year is when they started. I could be wrong. It could be the year before. But this design is just fantastic. I love it, and any Leonardo fan will tell you the same thing. I got mine in a medium, and it's paired with a plastic feed. Unscrewing the pen takes no effort at all, and something a little different here is you have metal threads on metal threads. Obviously, we talked about the cap not doing that. They do it on the inside of the pen because you're not really taking this apart. I mean, you are inking it. I guess technically you don't have to. You could do this. But generally, you're not taking this pen apart enough that that would really become a bother. That being said, all Leonardo pens come with a converter, and the thing that they do that's special is they replace the plastic back piece here with this metal piece. Now, I don't know if this is just a cover over the plastic or if they actually swap it out and put this metal one on, but it's a nice little touch of luxury that no other brand is even coming close to doing. As for this blind cap too, I just want to call it out one last time. It has metal threads on the inside of here, 2 metal threads. But the thing is, because of the way the pen's set up, is you can use this piece right here to actuate your converter without having to take the pen apart. I personally don't do it, but you could. I don't see any issue or reason why you wouldn't, but I just don't do it, but that is an option they all come with. And for those curious if the pen posts, yes, it does, thanks to those Delrin threads. I think that is also to help prevent like the scratching. I don't know if I can really show it up close here, but I can feel that the threads are slightly different. This feels like it's not secure when you first put it on because of the different profile compared to a normal Leonardo, but I mean, you can see this isn't going anywhere. So it is secure thanks to those special threads on the inside of there. When it comes to inking this pen, I'm going to go with a Leonardo ink. This one just recently came out. They started selling their inks separately now. This one, I don't even want to pretend to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But it's orange and it's fantastic. This has become one of my favorite oranges, if not now my favorite orange. For my writing sample, I'm going to be going with my B7 Tranex notebook. These are by the Papermine. I have a ton of notes in here, and I've used this notebook a ton. This leather cover is from Long Road Leather. I recommend them if you want an A5 leather cover, and I definitely recommend this paper. I've used it a ton, and I I can't say enough good about it. Check it out on the Papermine. Also, check out Blake's broadcast channel to learn more about it. So for the writing sample, if you haven't used Leonardo pens before, I think they're making probably the best steel nibs on the market. I know they're Yovo based. I do not know if they buy them and then tune them themselves, but their nibs are just fantastic. Out of the box, I just think they're some of the best steel nibs you can literally buy. That being said, the writing sample went completely fine, no issues at all. The fast writing, the feed kept up perfectly. As for flex, I definitely laid down more ink, but surprisingly there's a tiny bit. You're not going to get anything crazy, but I do have a little bit here. It went from a medium to really about a broad. It's pretty nice. I don't know that I ever really try to push these nibs and see what they can do, but it's good to see that they actually can do something. Overall, the writing experience is really good, and I think that heft that comes from metal pens feels really good when you're writing with this pen. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but posted while writing, I just don't think would be great. The weight gets so top heavy because this is made out of metal. I just don't think that's the way to write with this. Could you? Yes, maybe if you wrote farther back, you fix your center of balance here, but I am not someone that writes this far back. If you are, I don't have words. That being said, I love the writing experience with all Leonardo pens. For my size comparison, normally I'll use a Lamy Safari. This time we're going to go with a Lamy Studio. My mindset here is maybe you already own one of these and you like all metal pens, so you're looking at this Leonardo, and then a Pilot Custom 823 for the other. When it comes to size comparison, the Leonardo Alumina sits right in between these two. It's not the biggest difference, it's like more noticeable on the custom, but it's not too big of a difference from the studio. Uncapped, these are all near identical. I'm not really noticing much of a difference. Maybe the custom is the tiniest bit longer, but you would not notice that with these in hand. The thing you would notice probably is your grip, but I don't think anything else really stands out here. And then finally posted, the Leonardo Momento Zero Alumina is the longest one here. So when it comes to the price of the Alumina, I wasn't aware of this. It actually comes with a gold nib option. Not a lot of places have it in stock left at this point, and that's my bad for kind of being, late to the party. That being said, Atlas Stationers, you can use my discount code and get it for $202.50 on there, which is a good price. And then if you buy it from Endless Pens, you can use my discount code and save 10% there on the gold nib version. That one costs $404 naturally. At the time of filming this though, they actually have the gold nib version on sale. So you can actually stack that sale with my discount and it comes in at just slightly under $300, which is an absolute steal. Actually looking at this now, maybe would have upgraded and got the gold nib. As for my final thoughts, I really like this pen. I love everything Leonardo, so when they're gonna go out and try something new, like a metal version, I'm really excited and I'm all for that. The thing that I like that they did that was different is even doing this different thread profile in here. You didn't have to do that. It shows that they don't want to just slap something on it. They actually want to try to improve it and make a special version. So I really have to credit them for that. Things I don't love. So the engraving right here, the quality is fine. There's really no issue, but it's a really weird way to engrave this. Like generally you put it on the back of the cap here. I'm not totally sure why they did it like this. It's not a big deal, but I don't fully understand that. And then I'm not someone that's bothered by scratches. Again, I think some people could be or would be, but if you're like me and you want something that grows with you and ages with you, I think this pen is like right in home in your hands. That's pretty much all my thoughts. If I gave one final critique that's not something I would often say, is I'm not too happy that they numbered these, only because I think it's such a cool pen and maybe they just, I don't know, had trouble sourcing or maybe they don't have enough material to keep putting these in like mass production. But I really hate that they numbered it because it's a cool release and it's unique. And to me, it just seems like it would be part of your standard line. And I really wish I had a black version of the Momento Zero because I want to take this grip out with the nib unit and put it on the all black Leonardo that they have. It would look so much like the Lamy 2000. I just really want to see how it looks. I'm like, would I like that? Maybe. I don't know. I really want to try it.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
All that being said, that's all my opinions on the Leonardo Momento Zero Alumina. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Uncapped, these are all, okay, hold on, sorry, let me straighten this bad boy out. For your piston. Oh, that's not right.